No one is above the law. This principle is the bedrock of a fair and just society. Every individual, regardless of power or position, should be held accountable for their actions. This belief, enshrined in the Constitution, is what makes America strive for justice for all. When it comes to the president, the question of accountability gets complex. The idea of presidential immunity raises concerns about fairness and equal treatment under the law. Can true justice exist if the highest office might shield someone from consequences? This question has fueled debates for centuries. The very idea of one person being above the law contradicts the principles of a democratic society. It creates a two-tiered system where the powerful are treated differently than ordinary citizens. This undermines the very essence of equality and the rule of law. History offers cautionary tales of presidential actions with limited accountability. The Watergate scandal during Richard Nixon's presidency is a prime example. Nixon's abuse of power and attempts to obstruct justice shook the nation's trust in the presidency. While he was never fully prosecuted, the scandal highlighted the dangers of unchecked executive power. Another example is the Iran-Contra affair during Ronald Reagan's administration. The covert arms deal, conducted without congressional approval, raised serious questions about presidential overreach and accountability. Though Reagan himself was never charged, the incident showed how a lack of transparency can erode public trust. These historical instances serve as reminders that the presidency is not above the law. When presidents are not held accountable for their actions, it sets a dangerous precedent. It weakens the rule of law and erodes the very foundation of a democratic society. Arguments for presidential immunity often center on the need to protect the office from frivolous lawsuits and distractions. Supporters argue that presidents should be free to make difficult decisions without fear of constant legal battles. They believe that impeachment provides a sufficient check on presidential power. However, opponents argue that no one, not even the president, should be above the law. They contend that allowing presidents to escape accountability creates a dangerous precedent and undermines the principle of equal justice for all. They believe that a system of checks and balances already exists to prevent frivolous lawsuits. The debate over presidential immunity is a complex one, with valid arguments on both sides. However, the fundamental question remains: can a democracy truly function if its leader is not accountable to the same laws as its citizens? The principle of accountability is essential for a functioning democracy. It ensures that those in power are answerable for their actions and that no one is above the law. When it comes to the presidency, this principle is even more critical. The president wields immense power, and the potential for abuse is real. Presidential immunity, while intended to protect the office, can create a dangerous loophole. It can shield presidents from consequences for wrongdoing and erode public trust in the highest office. To maintain the integrity of our democracy, we must demand transparency and accountability from our leaders. Ultimately, the debate over presidential immunity is about more than just legal technicalities. It's about the soul of our nation and our commitment to the rule of law. A president who is not accountable to the law is a president who is not accountable to the people, and that is a dangerous path for any democracy to tread.